When you're ready.
Hello, fellow supervisors. I would first like to thank you for coming out and seeing my presentation on the implementation of the FISH team building program within our organization. Now, I know what you may be thinking. You may be thinking team building activities, this is such a waste of time. It's so chaotic, kind of like this.
Everybody, something happened. Those guys from Advanced Refrigeration, they let the air out of our tires. What? Yeah, they pumped us. They pumped us good. Come on. Come on. Our fans work for Advanced Refrigeration. Does never. Man, they got us so bad. We cannot let them get away with this. We have got to pull together as one and steal their refrigerators. Yeah? Yeah?
However, I'm here to calm your worries. There is no reason to think that we're going to turn out like Michael Scott and Dundee Mifflin. Actually, team building activities are very fun, but they do actually help the organizational performance. For instance, there is a study by Cameron Klein and his colleagues, and they said that work-based teams actually do enhance the efficiency and quality of organizational performance. And out of all workplace interventions, team-based work is the one that actually did have the most positive performance on financial measures. So I'm very confident that the FISH building program, the FISH team building program, will enhance our organizational performance. Now I'm going to start with the problems in our organization, and then I'm going to move on to the FISH program overview, which will be our solution, and then how this FISH team building program will benefit our organization. Now, as I said, I'm going to start with the problems in our organization, and there are three main problems. The first problem is employee turnover. Obviously, with the lack of communication, employees do not misunderstand each other. They probably don't understand what will offend someone else. So therefore, they will probably be offending them back and forth. And in a study by Julie Staggers and their colleagues, they found that this workplace incivility, as they call it, which is this treatment in the workplace, actually does hurt employees as well as organizational performance. And they said that the most negative consequence of this is employee turnover. Why? Because it reduces morale, and it also takes the company a lot of energy, time, and money to recruit and retrain new employees. Now, the second problem is workplace apathy. We've all been there. We've all been in a group where you're not going anywhere, you can't work well, and maybe one or two team members, probably you, have done all the work, and you get very frustrated and stressed out. Now, this stress, of course, is going to contribute to you having employee burnout. From that, you'll be disinterested in your job duties, you'll take shortcuts within your work, and you may even just take some sick days, just take some time off. We've all been there. And finally, our third and most important and negative effect is coworker conflicts. In a study by Linda Grattan and Tamara Erickson, they found that people obviously collaborate more effectively and naturally if they perceive themselves as being alike. Again, the lack of communication and teamwork within our corporation prevents people from talking. They operate on a superficial level. Therefore, they may be more inclined to be rude to someone. And of course, this is going to not help our organizational performance, because people will be more into who's talking to who's saying this about this person instead of their actual work. Now, as you can see, they all affect each other, and they kind of do a double cycle here, as you can see. However, I have a way to get us to swim our way out of this whirlpool, and that is with the FISH team building program. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is it called FISH? Well, it's because a supervisor from Charthouse who created this program went to Seattle, and he actually filmed there. And he found this fish market, and you know fish markets are cold and gross, and it's not a great place to work. However, all the employees were very excited and worked well together, and they're engaging their customers. So of course, he took their 4 practices and turned it into the FISH program. Now, these 4 practices are be there, play, make their day, and choose your attitude. The first one, be there, is being emotionally supportive and being emotionally open to your coworkers. It will establish a sense of trust and communication between each other. Now, second, which is my favorite, is play. it introduces enthusiasm and creativity and excitement within the organization. People want to come to work. And make their day kind of reminds me of Disney. You go out of your way to delight each other and to, go out of your way to make someone's day. And it's not because you're looking for something out of them, it's because this is the person that you want to be. And finally, which I think is very important, is choose your attitude. Employees need to understand that their choices do affect other people. That way they can go back and say, is my decision going to affect my coworker in this way or my customer in this way? And I would like to take the time to do a little team building activity with you. I have this maze here. And what you guys need to do, only one person can talk at a time. You get a time limit of 1.5 minutes. You got to get me through this maze. Be able to communicate with me, and only one person talk at a time, collaborate as a group to get through this maze. And your time starts now.
To the right.
Down a little bit. Turn right.
All the way?
Wait, can you hear me for a sec? Yeah, down. Yeah.
Down.
Obviously over.
Right and then down.
Down.
Left. Up. And around. Oh. Come on, you guys are executive. You should be able to do this. Now this obviously shows that we have a lack of even team building within our executive quarter here. So now that we've seen how these different activities and how it will help us, let's dive right into the benefits of our FISH program. Now, our first is shared effective states. Now, what Claire Armitage and Pauline Higman said is that when we have team building, we develop reciprocal relationships with each other. We're able to talk to each other and kind of know how we're going to react. Through that, we lower stress and we boost morale. This is because we're able to trust each other. We're able to work with each other, and 5 of us can split a project, and I can trust Robin that she's going to do her part. It's going to be amazing. I don't keep picking on Robin. And so you're not stressed out, and it leads to less employee burnout. And then finally, which I think is very important, is innovation. Now, innovation is very important because employees need to be able to develop and brainstorm better and more effective ways to, make their products and maybe customer service. Employees are able to trust each other through this, and they don't feel scared to introduce their ideas into the workplace. So now we've gone over how the FISH program will reduce stress and make our company even more innovative. And now that I've reeled you in, who wants to go fishing?